reminds me of a particular story about a couple in Minnesota, and they had just experienced a particularly dreary winter. And so to change things up, they said to each other, hey, why don't we go on vacation to Florida? And to make it even better, they decided to vacation in the same hotel that they had their honeymoon some 2.5 decades ago in. So they got the plan set. There was just one problem. They could only take one plane trip a day because it was last minute. So the husband decided he would go down first, make sure everything was ready and everything was right for when his wife arrived, and then they would vacation for several weeks there. Now, the trip went fantastic. Hubby gets there, he walks in, he notices that the hotel is new and refreshed and has a whole bunch of new technology, and he's so incredibly excited about all these new changes, he decides to send his wife an email. The only problem is, when he does this, he doesn't type one of the letters. Because of this mistake, his email doesn't go to his lovely bride, but to a lady in Houston, Texas. Now, earlier that morning, this lady had buried her husband, who was a pastor. And that evening, she opened up her emails to see if some family and friends who couldn't make it to the service for her husband had sent her some well wishes and condolences. And then, promptly after reading the first email, fainted on the spot. The husband, super concerned, ran in, made sure his mom was okay. The son ran in, made sure his mom was okay. And when he looked at the email, this is what it said. To my loving wife, I've arrived. I know you're surprised to hear from me, but hey, they have computers here now, so we can communicate with loved ones. I've just arrived and been checked in, and I see that everything has been well prepared for your arrival tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to seeing you then, and I hope your journey is as uneventful as mine. P.S. Boy, it's really hot down here. You ever had a day in life where you were walking along life's proverbial road and out of nowhere you get hit by a truck of anxiety? Whatever it is, maybe it's an email that you get out of the blue. Perhaps it's a change in job, or now you have to move, or maybe somebody in here has the same people I do, where it's a text message from a certain person. Does anybody have a certain person that when you see their name pop up on the phone, you get that little tight feeling in your chest? No, I have like 72, right? Maybe I'm the only one, right? But sometimes anxiety can come from places and ways that we never imagined in our life. And one of the problems that we find in our society, and let's talk specifically about Christian culture right now, is that well-meaning Christians can go into those areas and speak into the lives of others who are dealing with massive stress and anxiety and do more harm than good. What they can do is they can go to very powerful, very true, and very wonderful verses like Philippians 4:4-6 that says, rejoice in the Lord always. I say it again, rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to everybody. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about everything. But instead of using this to edify somebody, instead of using this to build somebody up, they can use it as a baseball bat to say, hey, if you really knew Jesus, you wouldn't have that anxiety. That anxiety just means your faith isn't right, that you should pray harder or read the Bible more or go to church more, or be more like Marshall every day in your life, right? Like, that's what they do unwittingly sometimes. And if you're like me, and you've ever had one of those conversations, you can walk away from it feeling incredibly discouraged in your walk with Christ.